That felt kinda weird for a moment. No matter though, it's probably nothing.
Okay, but what do we do now?
How about make free money?
Really? How?
With UGC Limiteds, of course! Do you know how many games there are which you can earn free UGC in?
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
No, I'm obviously not. Are you kidding me? Everyone wants free money. One issue though, nothing in the world is free. Every single free UGC item costs 100 Robux to put up per unit. So unless you have nothing else to do with your money, you can't exactly give them away for truly free. Enter the quote-unquote free UGC games. While they do give you free UGCs as promised, they're not exactly easy to get. And sometimes you don't even get them at all. Some of these games have extremely scummy methods, which is what we're going to go over today. We'll play 11 games that claim to give out free UGC items. Will we get a limited or will we leave empty-handed? Let's find out. You know the game's gonna be good when it's literally called Free Robux Spinner. But Star, you already went over scam games. Well, this one has UGC in the title, so it counts. Our main item of choice is this plastic-looking rainbow crown. Fortunately, we have an odds button, and what do you know? It's 1 in 5,000. Now, while you do get a crap ton of spins, it does take a few seconds for the animation to play out, which pads its playtime. And as you all know, more playtime equals boosting in the algorithm. Now, the main currency in this game besides spins is actually, quote, Robux, which is kind of misleading. Even I have no idea what Robux in this game even does. Oh yeah, not to mention the admin's please don't smite me copy pasta. There are ways to get spins, but they take a long time. The one I was most interested in was surprisingly a dropper. Yeah, you wouldn't really expect that from one of these games, but here we are. Also, yeah, this game has fall damage. It's mainly a simple formula, just drop down, do an obby, drop down again, do another obby, etc, etc. This game has one last trick up its sleeve, however. Yep, this game does the incredibly scummy tactic of blaring an alarm in your face whenever you try to leave. I'm not gonna play the sound in fear of copyrighted music though. Obviously, I'm not gonna go ahead and grind out the rainbow crown, it doesn't even look too good anyway. I did kind of like the dropper though, even if it was a bit bland. Don't Talk or You Lose is a social experiment-esque game that I swear I've seen before. Not in this exact circumstance, but I've seen games where the entire server has to get together to not do this one specific thing anyone can do. Now, you can either climb bricks, which I'm not even sure does anything, or just wait for the timer to run out. While there are VIP servers, it's 250 per month, so it's not really worth it to do that. I spent around 2 minutes climbing before someone joined and reset the timer, which is basically an instant fall. Now, in case someone refuses to cooperate, you have Robux options. You can end the timer for 2,000 Robux, or get a ban hammer for 1.6 thousand. What I find really odd is how this game logs clicks. I'm not really sure what it's used for, but either way, this is a complete waste of your time. You can just get that generic hat anywhere else. Yeah, so you know that one thing in obbies where you have to climb a rainbow disappearing staircase? Just imagine that, but for 9 minutes straight. Or you can just wait the 1 hour timer that resets if you die. Or skip it for 100 Robux. I was determined to get to the end without spending Robux though. I needed to see if at the top you actually got the free UGC. You do get breaks though in the form of product placement. After finally making it to the top and getting past the very sneaky invisible platforms above the void, I reached the lucky block. That said that the time was up. Yeah, so I got nothing here. Big surprise, I know. My question is, was there like a timer when the server first started that you have to get to it? There are no private servers either, so do you just have to like get lucky? There was a second obby though, which immediately pulled a disappearing platform on me right above the void, which caused me to fall all the way down. Yes, this also reset the 1 hour timer from before. You're not getting UGC from this game, and if you are, you're giving them way too much engagement. Free UGC Punchers Simulator was probably one of the most overwhelming simulators I've ever played. Oh yeah, and they steal Bubblegum Simulator assets, how fun! In the Robux shop, we have pet eggs, electro packs, 15 septillion game passes and potions and gems, and a membership, because why not? Can't forget about the don't leave the game pets. The core gameplay loop is, you guessed it, spin a wheel and hope you get free UGC. The simulator part doesn't even matter. I don't even know what the odds of getting one of the UGC are because it doesn't even tell you, which is probably against terms of service considering how you can pay for spins. All I know is that all of these pets are stolen from other games. I redeemed a code for a pet that was probably a stolen model and immediately breezed through all of the progression in this game. Like, come on, if you're making a simulator, just don't do this, please. Especially considering how you can buy 999 SP strength on the right. This entire thing just feels overwhelming and time-consuming. Welcome to Click a Banana, the best RNG game ever made. Yes, that's literally all you do in this game. Click the banana. And then pray you hit the 1 in 10 million chance of a free UGC item. I really don't have anything else to say about this game. It's exactly as it sounds. I believe this was based on that one game on Steam that did a similar thing. Except this time it's just in Roblox. You can also pay 95 Robux to fly, which is basically useless besides getting on that platform above everybody else. Let's just move on to the next game. There's really nothing else here. AFK for UGC's somehow has less gameplay than the last game we played. Well, I mean, kinda, depending on how you look at it. Every second you gain 1 point. You can also steal points from other players for only 99 Robux. And considering how private servers cost 25 Robux per month, if you're a free-to-play player, good luck waiting cause someone's gonna steal your points. Or you can just spin the 39 Robux wheel, which has a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting 1/3 of the amount that you need for a UGC item. If one of the good UGC items costs you 360,000 points, that's 6,000 minutes. Divide that by another 60, and you get 100 hours that you need to wait to get this UGC for free. Or you could pay for point boosts, which isn't really that worth it at all.
Wait a minute, Star. Can't you just go server hopping and find players with high points and just steal them?
Biddy, I'm not that desperate to get UGC. There are also point bubbles that encourage being active, but they're not really that effective at all. Let's see what the next game has to offer them. In Steal for UGC's, every second you gain 1 point. You can also steal points from other players for only...
Hey Star, isn't this just the exact same game as the last one we played but with different UGC?
No, but this one is in a city environment, so it's different.
Got it. Alright, okay.
Anyway, it's just like he said. This is just the exact same game except stealing now costs 20 less Robux. And it names the entire game off of this mechanic. Oh yeah, by the way, quick tip, if you name your game off a paid mechanic, you're clearly doing something wrong. Let's actually get to the next game now. In Wait for UGCs, every second you have got to be kidding me. I'm sorry, but is it making this much money to the point where you can have 3 separate clones of the same game for profit? There is literally nothing different about these games. Why bother? If it's for the different UGC sets, just put it all in one game. Is it like an experiment to see which one gets the most plays? Cause if so, that's an extremely scummy practice you got going on there. Also, the obby was surprisingly difficult. Not sure why they did that for no reward, but I mean, hey, it disencourages people from stealing from you if you get there. Can we please move on to the next game now? Finally, a breath of fresh air, although there are items in your hotbar that you have to pay Robux to use. No matter though. This is UGC Tower, also known as Steeple of Free UGC. This is a 5-leveled obby, which is structured the same way as a JTO tower, except it does have checkpoints. Which just gives them an excuse to have a skip stage and skip all stages button. No matter the difficulty you were on though, it was just kind of easy all around. Someone bought a nuke at some point though, which basically did the exact same thing as Kill All, but with a few extra sound effects and delays. Paying 100 extra Robux for that is kind of a waste considering how there aren't even any special effects. Some of the jumps did look like they were a bit hard to do for a mobile player on their iPad, but I mean, hey, if I'm getting for UGC, it better be hard. It's weird though, because while some stages consist of just one 6-stud wrap, others have this insane difficulty spike, which I swear is a difficult to challenging jump. You have to like do a wrap then climb on the ladder or something? Keeps up the engagement for the little kiddies, but for someone who's played JTO, this is pretty easy. After finishing the game though, I was met with the kicker. To enter the wall and claim, you have to like, join the group, etc, etc. Now, my primary instinct here was to dance clip into the wall itself. However, the more I did that, the more I realized that there was probably an invisible barrier beyond the wall itself. Which then led me to question if there was even free UGC to begin with. And what do you know? Absolutely nothing in the store. I have no idea how this game is still up on Roblox. Isn't this actually just the legitimate definition of scamming? Because if not, then I don't really know what is. I appreciate the effort in making an obby, but at the same time, you literally just didn't supply the prizes at all. Finish For Limited UGC by definitely the real Hasm is a stereotypical 100-stage obby that preemptively equips the UGC you're apparently going for at the beginning of the game. I mean, hey, at least you know what you're going for. Surprisingly enough, too, the kill bricks only deal 1/3 of your health. But then, I quickly realized that this was because the game had no checkpoints. Yup, you have to do this entire obby in one go.
Wait, but Star, it spawned you at the checkpoint this time.
Okay, well, yeah. This probably means that this checkpoint system is so busted they can't even get it right. I'm also 5,000% sure that inviting your friends does not give you free UGC. I caved in and bought the 25 Robux skip to the end thing or whatever, and it didn't even work! I tried resetting to get back to the stage 100 spawn point multiple times, but all it did was just set my stage to 100. But of course, there was another way to get to the end. The rainbow carpet, of course. So, I bought the rainbow carpet, flew all the way to the end, and saw if I really did get free UGC. And nope, it was all sold out. But wait a minute, there were Dominus copies around this Backrooms map. Do you have to waste even more of your time to get that? Oh, wait a minute. They didn't even bother to make the walls solid. You can just jump all around the map and find them. Yeah, okay, this is bad. I checked all around the map and every single UGC item was sold out. Great. Actually, was there any UGC to even begin with here? I checked the guy's inventory, and while the chief hat that we got at the beginning was real, all of the Dominus copies are fake. Alongside that, all of them say to check back tomorrow despite the game not being updated in weeks and will probably never be updated again. I mean, hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. You could have probably gotten UGC from this at some point. Maybe. Free UGC Obby is going to be the last one that we try out. Judging by the fact that it's another 100 stage obby, I'm really not too hopeful for this one. Now, I refuse to go through another 100 stages, so I'm just gonna do a quick run through of the game. There's an admin button that doesn't do anything, floating buttons that have game passes and such, a store, new call, everything that we've come to know and expect. I checked their group page, and while the UGC is real, considering how there are still 5 out of 5 copies left, I highly doubt that you can get the UGC from this game. However, I don't exactly think it's favorable for me to leave all of these games empty-handed. I'm gonna go ahead and get my hands on one of these UGC items one way or another, no matter how many Robux it takes. Will it be worth it? No. So what did I do? I got to work. I went to AFK for UGC's and stole everyone's points who had a high amount. Hundreds of thousands of seconds were being stolen. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care how many Robux I have to spend or how many people I have to steal from. I am getting one of these UGC items. And I was scared too because people were starting to follow me. The reason I thought this was scary was because I thought people were going to go up to me and steal my points, rendering all of my Robux useless. But eventually, I stole 317,000 and then bought the rest in fear of going back to another public server. And I bought a UGC. And it only took 800 Robux. I mean, at least it's star-themed? Obviously, this is only worth 100 Robux, but I was still happy to get any amount of UGC regardless. With my goal fulfilled, it's time that I head back home. So, Biddy, what did we learn today?
I learned that for every free UGC someone sells, they need to make 100 Robux back from you. And considering how much time you're forced to give them, I think the algorithm boost is more than enough.
What I learned is that you need to be really careful with your time. And be an investigator, because who knows what games promise you free UGC but don't even have any. I only figured it out because I checked the store pages. Would a 7-year-old kid on their iPad know how to do that? I'm not saying that every free UGC game is a scam. There are some games that can be legitimately fun that offer free UGC as prizes. However, unless you know what you're doing, you're probably gonna get scammed out of your time. And unless you're a die-hard UGC grinder, at that point you're just better off making your own game. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time! Oh well, I actually got to do it this time. Really? Nothing? Is there not gonna be any, like, wacky occurrence or anything?